Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Mr. Adelini, and I just wanted to welcome you to West Ranch's virtual back to school night. And what I want to do right now is talk a bit about one of the classes that I teach called Basic U.S. History. So let's go ahead and jump into that there. So there's my email address, aadelini@heartdistrict.org, in case you need to get a hold of me. And in this course, we'll be studying the foundation and formation of the United States of America. And like I tell my students, it can be said that our present day American society is the sum total of the events that have transpired throughout our nation's history. And so I also tell them that in order to determine why things are the way they are today in the U.S., we must first look back and study the origins and development of America. And by understanding and learning from the past, I feel that we stand a better chance of succeeding as a nation in the future. So let's move over to talk about some of our class expectations and policies as well. Here's a copy of the bell schedule, and I know it's probably too small for you to see on your screen, but you can actually download this from the West Ranch homepage. I think it's on the left-hand side. So, and really what it covers is the times and days that all the classes meet. And I think, for the most part, students have been pretty good about showing up to class, which is, great to see. And I would pay particular attention to Wednesday, which, gets a little confusing. There's, all six classes are kind of, piled on top of each other. And so it's, it can get very easy to, kind of get turned around. And, so just make sure that your students are aware of when their classes meet on every day, and certainly Wednesday is a little trickier there. So there's that bell schedule. And just moving on here, new to distance learning for fall 2020, students, as you probably know, are required to check in live with teachers every day and every period. So attendance is required, and it is taken each period. And just like you would have to do in face-to-face school, if your student can't check in and be present with their teacher, you need to make sure that you call in the absence, so it's excused, just like you would do again, with the in-person education. In-class assignments and homework will have due dates, so make sure that your student is using some sort of a calendar or some other sort of work management system to keep all their assignments organized. Also, new to this year is we have afternoon flex time, which, shows up as an 8th period on that bell schedule that I showed you. And that's, been created to help students by allowing them to meet virtually, if necessary, with their teachers for support and intervention. Okay, so that's, I think it's great that we've included that. And I think that, if need be, it's going to help a lot of students there. So other expectations and policies. The operative phrase is positive digital citizenship. So students need to practice this. And district and school rules and regulations will still hold true during distance learning. And really, what it boils down to is students need to be respectful, professional, and courteous, just like we ask of them in face-to-face school. Also, students cannot record any online instructions. That does violate Education Code 51512, to be very specific there. So really, while a student might be at home, in their living room or, whatever room they're in, during school time, they're still part of a school learning environment, and so they do need to act appropriately. And these three handouts here that are on, my Google class page, for this class, and that I believe are on the Hart District website, are very helpful. I think that they may have sent them to all parents as well. One is entitled "How to Be a Successful Student in Online Learning," with an exclamation, and the other one is Teacher Success in Online Learning, and then the third one is Parent Support for Success in Online Learning. They're all really good reads, and it really just shows that we're all kind of in this together. But it might be worth your time to look over those three documents there. Okay, so let's go to a day in the life of this class, and really, it's our goal to deliver a rigorous and challenging curriculum in a fair and reasonable way. There's obviously more structure this year than there was last year. Like mandatory attendance. Okay, and we understand that students will be and are probably already being inundated with emails and different apps to download and attachments and reminders. And so, we'll try to keep that in mind as we, conduct this class, and we'll try to keep this class as streamlined as possible for the students. So, in a day in the life of this class, students, will join the class through the same Zoom link that is provided with every lesson plan. And what they'll do is they'll go to this class's Google Classroom page, and they'll click on the day's date, and there'll be a Google Doc that they'll also open up as well. And in that Google Doc at the very top, you'll see the daily agenda, and it kind of goes as follows. Hopefully you can see this here. Hopefully I'm not blocking the way. But so they'll start off with a warm-up. It could be a worksheet. It could be some sort of current event analysis. It could be video analysis. That portion of the class might run maybe 10, 15 minutes. And from there, we'll typically jump into a lecture portion where we'll have a discussion on the day's topics, and where students will answer questions based on the lecture. Then we'll kind of circle back and we'll review the warm-up. And, at that point, I can field any questions that students might have. Probably have another assignment after that, if time permits. Could be another worksheet, could be a video analysis, could be a current event analysis. And the work will most likely all be answered on that pre-typed Google Doc that I attach, with that day's work, along with any other information needed to complete the day's assignment. So, a lecture, or various worksheets, anything they might need, a YouTube video link. So, and also throughout the day, we'll try and schedule a break or two during the class period, just to kind of help everybody refocus. I know it can be difficult sitting there for 75 minutes at a time. But here's a screenshot of what they'll see when they open up the link for that day's work. So it'll say, using the attachments provided, please fill in this Google Doc. And on the day of the class, please log on to the following Zoom link. All right. As far as grading goes, final grades will be based on the total number of points earned by each student divided by the total number of points possible, which can then earn them either an A, which is between 90 to 100%, a B, which is between 80 to 89%, and so on and so forth. And generally, grades will be updated in Infinite Campus on a weekly basis. Okay. And in terms of how this class is run, it's run in a synchronous fashion, meaning that it's run in real time. Okay. But having said that, if your student does miss a day, they can learn asynchronously as well, because again, all the information that they would need to complete the work is all embedded in that particular date. So again, any video link they might need, other attachments, other notes, and so on and so forth. So it's pretty straightforward there. And some supports that we give along the way. Obviously, we give support during the class period if necessary. And speaking of that, Zoom has this feature called the Zoom Breakout Room, I believe it's called, where I can actually create kind of like a Zoom room, within the normal Zoom classroom, where if necessary, my instructional assistant can meet with 1, 2, 3 students to go over any given assignment. And then again, we have the online flex learning time between 1:40 p.m. and 3:30 p.m. More or less every day, with the possible exception of Wednesday. And I don't know if you can see that. So yeah, and what a student would do, and what most teachers are doing, unless they have a meeting to attend, is they're basically at the ready. They're at their computers. And checking their emails to see if any students might need help. And then, if necessary, they can always jump on a Zoom call to go over things in more detail. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much, the class in a nutshell there, with the policies and procedures. If you have any other questions, you can always get a hold of me. Once again, just scroll up here, through my email address, adelini@heartdistrict.org. But otherwise, thank you very much for sitting through this, and hope you're enjoying West Ranch's virtual back-to-school night. Thank you. Bye.